What's going on, party people? Captain Zeus here, and I'm back with another review for episode 3 of the Penguin HBO DC series. Now, for those of you that haven't seen the episode, spoiler warning up ahead, because I will be going into some details about it. And like, subscribe for more nerdy content just like this. Let's go ahead and get into this. I will say, this episode was really freaking good, especially the beginning sequence where we see Vic before the events of the series, where the Riddler floods the city. That scene was so powerful. That scene comes back a lot in this episode, or at least like that sequence in terms of his relationship with his dad, his family connection, and just the event of the flooding, which is, for someone that's on the top of the roof seeing it all, super traumatic. And obviously the events of the Batman has a heavy influence. The show only takes place a few weeks after the movie, so obviously these events are going to be heavily influenced in the show. And we see that when Vic is not only trying to think about leaving this life to go with his girl or his ex-girl, I'm not sure what their relationship is at the moment, but even during the end where, you know, he's trying to be the Bagman and he has a little bit of a PTSD moment that really shakes him. And I'm gonna come back to that scene later, but I just loved how centered Vic was in this episode, and it just gave depth to an already interesting character. I honestly, for a moment, I thought his stuttering was gonna be caused because of the flood situation. Maybe he was underwater too long and that's how he kind of got his stutter, but he's always had it and that's fine. Nevertheless, really good segments here, great writing, absolutely fantastic. And this episode was really just about the relationships I felt being built or growing, because we see Penguin trying to bridge the gap between him and Sophia. He hints that there was something between them, whether it's platonic or romantic, up in the air. There was something between them prior to the events of the movie, like when she got arrested. He said, like, you meant something to me, you still do. And it seems like he meant something to her. I kind of hope it's romantic a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of hope it's romantic, but it seems like they definitely were close before she got arrested. There is a common trend here because she doesn't trust Oz, right? And nobody does, if we're being honest, except for maybe Vic. It kills me to see that Oz is disrespected so much in this show, and I think his betrayal of Sophia and him becoming the crime boss is going to be so sweet. It's going to be 10 times better than what we already are anticipating, because the fact that everyone's doubting him, everyone's disrespecting him, and view him as literally a joke. And he doesn't even like the moniker of the Penguin. And every time someone uses it, he wants to just strangle them. And you see it with Vito, you see it with Sophia as she's trying to put him in his place, saying like, we're not partners, you're my underling. And I'm like, that's not gonna work well with Oz. If you know Oz, you know it's not gonna settle well. Going back to that scene where they're trying to sell the drop, or the bliss, if you will. Honestly, Roxy clearly has a thing for Vic, probably just, you know, lustfully, but I felt so bad for Vic because he's over here having a moment. She's like, get your act together. Like, she's like not even being supportive. And I'm like, dude, I don't even want you. You better not become a romantic interest. Get out of here. You're trash. You're a cam girl. Get out of here. No one likes you. Just because you're semi-attractive doesn't mean anything. And I'm glad Vince is unfazed by her. She showed disinterest and disrespect towards his stutter in like first episode, I want to say it was, or the second episode. And she's over here like not even showing any concern to him when he's having a little bit of a moment here. Meanwhile, Penguin, and this is going back to the relationship thing, Penguin, he cares for Vic very much. And it's similar, as I said in the first episode, to how Batman cared for like the Robins, specifically like Jason Todd in this instance, because of the similarities between their origins. Oh, dude, I felt so bad for Oz because Vic was like, I can't leave. And Oz immediately thought the way Vic views Oz is not as parental figure or mentor, it's as a captor. Like, if you try to leave or do anything, I will kill you, kind of thing. Which is typical mob behavior. But it like, oh, it hurt. It put the nail in the coffin when that whole day, everyone was just degrading him, disrespecting him, not appreciating anything that he does or value their relationship with him. And the one person that he feels close to feels like he's a hostage. And Vic, you know, alluded to that earlier on when he was talking to Gabriella, where he was like, he's lonely. Like, he he's lonely, which is fair. The only like other true relationship he has, it seems, is with that prostitute. Ah, dude, you just gotta feel for Oz in this series. Moral compass aside, he's a cool dude. But we're ending the episode off with Sophia and Oz getting semi-captured by the Maronis. Vince coming back, which I always knew he would. He comes back and he sees Oz in this situation and he goes and freaking rams the penguin mobile into the freaking guy. Oz was like, I'm out of here. He gets into the car, leaving Sophia behind right after that deep conversation he had with Sophia about how, like, I'm gonna help you trust me again. He leaves her. So I think what's gonna happen is Sophia's gonna learn that Oz might have been behind her brother's death, which is already going to put a strand on their very tenuous relationship as it is. Meanwhile, Oz is gonna come in with a big harrowing rescue. That's what I think is gonna happen in the next episode. But dude, this show is so good. I heard that the show doesn't pick up until episode 4. We're 3 episodes in and I am hooked. I am addicted. Ever since episode 1, I thought this was the greatest thing since sliced bread. And if it gets even better in episode 4, dude, I don't even know, bro. I don't even know what I'm gonna do with myself. I'd probably rate this episode a solid 8 out of 10, maybe even 8.5 out of 10, because the relationship building between all of these different characters and all these chess pieces being moved was just so good. And I loved the Vic-centric story this was, and the fact that we got to see that flood scene. I just thought it was so powerful. Yeah, I really, really enjoyed this episode. I can't wait for the next one. But what did you guys think? Please let me know in the comments below your thoughts on this episode and the series as a whole. I'm Captain Zeus, and I'll catch you guys later. See ya.